There we go. That's probably all right. Today I have random stuff to do, kind of. I don't have enough to just do the fuel tank. I still need to wait till, I think it looks like Monday before I get all the stuff for that. Also, the camera just got a firmware update, so we'll see if that makes any difference. But yeah. A lot of random stuff today. So one of the things I want to do is I want to go ahead and cut out a window for my sister's, my youngest sister's computer. Hers, I started doing this years ago, and then I think I ran out of discs, cutting discs. I was like, ooh, these are expensive. I'll wait till I have money to buy them or something. That was a very, very long time ago. And this task was put off for a very, very long time. So now she has it in a spot where the window makes sense again. Because she moved it a few times, I think. And now I have cutting discs. I can just go ahead and finish cutting the window in this thing. I might actually lower that so I can just cut that out. I think there was a reason I was only doing this much, but I mean, I can make it a little bigger. It's probably fine. Maybe. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing today, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. Another thing is I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the fuel tank. Another thing is I'm gonna sand or try to get rid of some of the rust on that, and then put some rust protectant on it. I got paid, so I was able to order more stuff. And yeah. I'm not actually sure why I put that on top of the brake line here, but wow, everything's just in the way of each other. Okay. I'll do this over here. The door did not be this open because it's going to be noisy. Although closing the doors probably make more noisy than the task itself, but you know. I got some rust reformer stuff. Different picture on it, but supposedly the same stuff, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright. As for this, I need to remember to buy some safety glasses at some point. I did it again. Ooh, noisy. Man. Ugh. Alright. Hot. Okay. I just need to follow this line up here and it should be good. Alright. Now, take this out. And deburr that a little bit. Alright. Now we have a hole. Very dirty hole. Clean this up. Let's use this. Slightly used wipe here, or two, actually, no one. Leave up some of that dust. Yeah, come back. Definitely got stuff all over my arm and probably my beard and almost in my eye there. I squinted in time, so barely. Yeah, safety squints. Very important when you don't have the proper equipment. I might have glasses somewhere, but I can barely see out of those new ones. I should order some. I haven't done that yet. My bad. Alright, so now take some electrical tape and make a bezel. This is not electrical tape. This is okay. Or just black tape of some sort that's really good looking, I guess. Sharp looking. Could use just use this. I don't want to stretch it too much because that makes it look weird. Okay. Okay, hi. Maybe over here now. Cover the crimes and also make a little bezel. A little thicker than that. Right there, actually. No, there's fine. Yeah. Maybe a lot thinner because it's divoting into that quite a bit. Oh, that's actually showing more crimes than I thought it would. Why did it look fine on mine? Oh well. Also protects the edge from, or you from the edge, I would say. That knife go. I'm actually streaming to the. Okay, yes. Oh. This is not the best job I've done, probably. I've probably done a better job on my computer, but oh well. I only have so much patience for this thing right now anyways. See how much bezel, more or less. That's a little rougher than I thought it was. Maybe I should focus to the line flattening that side and the other side. If she doesn't like it, she can make a new bezel out of something, and she's an artist. She's very creative, so. For now, this will do. That's not turning out well. Realistically, this is not going to be the most visible thing, but it would be nice to have it decent looking, you know? Ow, ow, ow. Alright. she wants to make some kind of sticker border or something that will stick on here and clean this up a bit, she can, but for now, this should do, I think. Okay. Come on, really? Then you need to cut the acrylic, the shape, the size. Not sure what I was measuring here, if I was over my marks, I don't know. But straight edge. I don't know if I have something down here for that. Nope. There we go. All right, inside of that line. Sorry, this isn't exactly the Corvette yet. We'll be working on that a little later. For now, arts and crafts time. Hot. It is. Ouch, hot. Maybe turn that down a bit. Probably could have done a better job if I was a little bit more patient with it. Smells like really strong super glue. Hey. Ow. Why? Don't do that. Alright. I just break that up. I need to cut it off. I'm gonna just. Yeah. That's might solve no problem. Otherwise. Alright. I should have enough margin that scuff there shouldn't matter. We'll see. I think I could have just scored it and then broke it. I'm not really sure, but it will. Where's the square? There it is. Okay. So leave it on this side, and yeah, I can hide that pretty easily. Sweet. Then you really just adhere it to the inside. That's all. That's all, folks. Could cut the corners and make it fit a little easier, but nah, actually no, it's fine. Something like that. I like to use, well, the one my computer uses carpet tape, I think, but I think I still have that all-weather tape out here somewhere. That should do just as good. Supposedly, if I can find it. Where did I put it? I had it. I remember I used it for something. That's right, I used it for the funnel thing over here. Of that. So that's where I used it last. So is it up here maybe? Yes. Where the connector? Good. Alright. Shoe got caught in that. Alright. Now. Small edge there. Oh, and just barely the right size. Wow, perfect. Okay. And if I did a better job making this straight and even, it would look even better, but oh well. Kind of late for that now. Could make a bezel with this stuff, maybe it would look better. Or maybe it's just too much work, I don't know. Bacteria that leaves an edge. Probably overkill with the amount of tape here, but it'll be fine. This is weatherproof tape, so then this thing's probably going to spend its life indoors, but yeah. Hopefully that's not stuff already, because that would suck, but it is acrylic, so it's like easy to scratch. Where is... Ah. Too late now. Well, maybe there's enough in that to make something, but I don't know if it'll be the right dimensions. Yeah, bummer, got a little scuffed. But hey, it's a window. It was a cheap case to begin with, it was not super expensive. It really sucks. Well, I am not happy with that. That is very crappy looking. I could attempt to break this. Let me try that second idea I had. It was different dimensions here. Right around here. What if I just scored the glass temperedness? Whatever it is. Okay. Is it? Didn't score as easy as I had hoped, and it's not easy to get a line on there. Straight line on this. Yeah, no, that won't work. I could try to cut another one. Really wanted to move on from this by now, but my cardboard go. Alright, so I want to cut marker and 810. Oh, that's that. Outside from that line. Not mine. Alright. I'll try that again and hopefully not scuff it up as much. And just leave this stuff on here. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll swap out the... No, actually, it's no, I'll swap it out. Larger one. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Easier to cut stuff with the larger one. Alright. I think the speed is a little too low. Try this. That went a lot smoother. Alright. Take off the bits. Does this one look better at the very least? Yes, this one does look a lot better actually. Okay, in that case. Just swap it out then. Hopefully. Don't scuff this one. I can speak English. And I try really, really hard. Sometimes I just speak distorted American, you know, so it's a little harder to adapt back to English. I really grabbed onto that paper down there. Okay. Whoop. Now, praise God, this is looking better. Doesn't need like seal because that's a computer case, so doesn't actually seal perfectly anyways. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm more happy with that. And if you really wanted to go the extra mile, you could have padded the glass between the glass and the metal, between here and here a little bit more with something, maybe a little more different tape or something. But I don't think that's really necessary. All right, cool. Ba-ding! Oh, way better, way better. Maybe just a tiny. Yeah, there's a tiny scuff there. But hey, I can live with that. I think she can live with it too. Alright. That's good to go. Woohoo! One task done. Should I jump back to the Corvette for a moment? Let's see. Probably get messy if I don't. Nope. Alright. So, as for the Corvette, I have some things I can prep this with. I'll show you. Oop. I'll just do this on the ground here for now. So I'm still waiting on some parts, but what came in was this kit. It came with, I think, 4 wires and 2 connectors. All right, with the clip thing. Now, I already took some of it out. I took out what I need already. And from somewhere in here, a spring came out, I guess. So I gotta find where that goes. Probably related to the sending thing here. I just don't know where. I'll have to look at old footage. I want to clean that up a little bit too. So, yeah. Anywho. Is that all okay down here? Hang on, let me look at the stuff here. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, cool. And this says, looks like they'll survive. Okay. So one of the problems they had is the it looks like the pump's been replaced before, and these are soldered fine, but the shrink wrap that was on here bloated, and I was able to just tear it right off, and it's sliding up and down. So we need to replace that. That is still in order, however, needed to depend this, so I got a tool set to depend stuff. I was able to pull one pin out, but not the other. There it is. So that's for that. And this kit happened to come with the exact same, well, this is one of the reasons I got it, was it looked like the same, but the exact same connector as this one. So I can probably just swap out the connectors and be fine. This one is fine, except for the little tab here was broken on it, so I don't really know where that went. It probably would still function fine, but I'd rather just replace it anyway. So, and one of the reasons I think it degraded, and especially the this degraded, this wire, because it was supposed to be covered, but that broke off and stuff, is I think it is because it was originally made for ethanol-free fuel, just regular fuel. And then they started putting ethanol in fuel, and then this was like, oh, there's now ethanol in my fuel tank. It's eating stuff. So yeah, I think that's what happened. I think this goes either this way or the other way. Probably better to go the other way. Plug this in here. Maybe. Is that not enough? In worst case scenario, I can break the connector and, you know, remove it that way. But yeah, it should just be that upper tab. Maybe something a little wider. There it goes. Alright, cool. So that's the old one. I'm just gonna put it aside for now. Probably just gonna use the new one as long as this functions. Yes. Is that good? Solid connection, or is this to make a better one? This little probably. I think the other one makes a better connection for this little old. Alright, cool. So use the new one. Before I put the new one on, I obviously want to put the sleeves on. And oh shoot, one of the reasons I left it on like that is so I know which way this goes. If it matters, it probably does. So I'll just have to look at old footage for that. Yeah, so I need to put some sleeve on here. Heat wrap it down and it should be good to go. I got a special sleeve that's supposed to be meant for resistant to fuel. I did say this was a good solder joint, but I see strands up here. Maybe I'll resolder that. Something else I ordered was a better solder iron, and the one I have right now is old and having problems, but I think the problems are really just that I need a new tip on it. But where'd I put the spring? Where'd the spring go? Where'd the spring go? Oh boy. Around here somewhere, I think. So I'll be careful to look around for it. In the meantime, the other thing that came in the kits was this wire, along with other wires. And there was another connector in there that I don't need. And this wire, I'm thinking you can replace this one. I got this kit. It's a little longer, but it has the same looking this end, so it should just connect onto the top there just fine. I'm going to need to figure out a way to connect it here. So I'm probably going to try to solder it, or maybe I could cut this and then be able to slide it on and then solder it or something, but that's something I need to figure out. So right now I want to make sure I find that spring. Where did it go? Did I set it up here? No, that would have been a smart idea. Do you guys see where it went? I did not. This is not easy to find piece here. It kind of blends in with the ground a bit. There it is. Okay. That was close. A little rusty, that's probably just because the thing's sitting out. Spring should be okay. Alright. And then this side area here needs cleaned up a little bit too, I think. There's a little bit of corrosion on there. So I guess my next task would be to make sure I can remove this and see if I can get the other thing ready to go on. I'm going to try to pry it off. Pry the little crimps off, that is. Where'd the little this. So I ordered a new soldering iron. It's the wireless one instead of wired. I was having problems with fiddling around with the wired one, so I figured I get something wired. Well, I was looking for a decent one for a decent price, and it is a decent price and a brand that seems to be okay. So I had a random YouTube video that said it was good, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. It's the same brand as the multimeter I'm borrowing from my dad, and the transistor transistor tester I have. This wire is all sorts of messed up. No wonder we can get a good fuel reading, or an accurate, reliable one. Not sure if I can open this. I can break this off, but that's a good connection. I think just pull on it too hard. Seems like a plastic rivet or something. Maybe. Some kind of plastic rivet holding it all together. Interesting. If you squeeze that, it'll probably be fine again. Maybe. I don't know. It was crimped a very long time ago and really well, so I don't know if this is going to be openable. I mean, regardless, I just need this to connect to this somehow, right? It's not the same fit here at all, but if I knew what kind of crimp this is. Oh, it's not plastic, it's brass, I think. If I could re-crimp it, the same exact thing, or not crimp, rivet, I guess, then that would be great, but I don't think I can. Other thought would be to cut it so that this just slides on, and then maybe bend it around and solder it together. Or cut this off, strip it back, make a bare wire, kind of wrap it around it, And then, well, how's that going to hold over time without a crimp? Well, then solder it, yeah. I mean, duh. But, it might be the easiest solution. I don't see that opening up any easier. Maybe I'll try that. Some of the cut wires. Yeah. There we go. So then, ideally I'd pull that out, push this through, and then recrimp it. Maybe I could do that still. And then put solder on it. Maybe. Arts and crafts time with Field Pump Center. Unfortunately, they don't sell just this part, as far as I can tell. So, kind of on my own here. Maybe. I wish I had a smaller drill for this, or to work with this. But my 12 volt doesn't have a chock. Or chuck, or whatever you call it. Chuck, probably. Alright. So, take it nice and so I'll probably do it this way. Honestly, I was expecting it to go through it faster. It's making very, very slow progress. Oh well. Is this a broken bit or something? Maybe? I don't know. Will this increase the speed? I don't know. I think it did. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Cutting wide, at least. I don't know about deep. Deep and wide. Deep and wide. Keep going, I guess. Hot. Alright, so I got through the first bit here. Got into the second a little bit. Got warm. Wouldn't add oil to it, but I don't think that's a great idea. Let's add water to help cool down. Got hot again. I think it's making progress. I have water and I can't see. Oh, brass dust here. Oh. I go all the way through, or at least get the wire. Yeah, it did. It made a hole in the other side. Alright. Might be workable. Clean it off a bit. Oh, it is a wire. Interesting. Okay. I thought it was just a solid thing of copper. No, it's actually just wire. Should probably be more careful about rubbing it like that. We will. Cool. Oops. Alright, so then this is nice and braided, nice. So we're done with whatever. And like, yeah, stick this through if possible. I don't know how far I can stick it through with that hole like that. I'd like to stick it further in. Guess it doesn't need to be. Can I just crimp it like this? And my crimp tool not down here. We did fall. Or did I move it? Oh. That's pretty on there. Still would prefer to solder it a little bit more, but yeah. I think even without solder, that would probably do. I don't know if it lasts like this, but let's see if I can heat up my old iron, because the new ones I can be here till Monday apparently. See if I can get my old iron enough to put a little solder in that. If it doesn't just absorb into everything else, the heat that is. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. All right, I think we just assemble that part and not have to worry about it. We'll clean up a bit and just assemble it. All right, so yeah, the problem with this thing right now is I need a new solder tip, and it's not a standard size, so I would have to order it from people who make this, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I mean, it's not like expensive there, but it is a little inconvenience. And then it's also plugged in, so just clean off as much of this oxidation on here as I can, even though there's like no plating left on this. So just need to do a little bit Doesn't need to do much. There's a little bit of solder on that. Okay, good. I have all new solder equipment coming in the mail eventually. And now just make sure this one lasts just long enough for this, pretty much. And whatever I need until Monday. That warm up. I don't think I really need to even solder that, but just to be safe. I'm sure their crimp is fine on that side. I suspect this stuff will last better against the ethanol fuel, so that makes me worry though a little bit that the ethanol fuel might eat up at like any rubber lines that are in here or seals on the spray things, the carburetor-esque fuel injector, crossfire injection stuff. But yeah, or in place of the carburetor fuel injector, I guess you could say. Another thing, this iron does not get super hot very fast. In the meantime, I can try to look up my previous task and see if I can discover where that spring came from exactly. Now it's open, so don't think I noticed the spring any, so I probably would be something I would point it out. Definitely wasn't on the inside, I think. Might not skip forward at all. Why? Tab. on, go back. Wish I could be more precise with these media players on going back and forth on it. YouTube does a better job than these local players for some reason. With YouTube you can pull it up and then get more fine-tuned in certain like longer videos. These other media players are like, you want to go about here, right? No, I want to go more precise than that. I don't want to wait a minute to find where I want to be. And then if I miss the thing, I gotta go back somehow. Pause, hello. Oh my word. It won't pause. It won't pause unless the mouse is over it. Wow, that's so dumb. My hand's in the way, I can't see. Okay. I don't see a spring on there. But the spring was in the bag. It was in the bag that I put the thing in, so supposedly it fell out of something. And the only thing that's like truly apart is this thing. Did it go on this maybe? Right there? It fits. I cannot see. Not good enough video quality to be it, or enough lighting really. Do I pick it up and bring it close to my face at any point? That might help maybe. There we go. And this stupid bar pops up and I can't just... Yes, there's a spring right there. Okay. Wow, I'm glad that stayed together and then just fall out when I was mangling around like that. Okay, so that's where that spring goes. Let's see if I can do some soldering. I don't think that helped. Try. I don't think that helped either. Alright. I don't have a sponge for this, so... All these synthetic material stuff just melts. I really don't think any of that helps. So, yeah. That brass mesh stuff is also in the mail, so. Alright. What was it? Where'd it go? There it is. Probably should do the... Ha! don't think this iron will be able to get it hot enough. There's just too much surface area for it to heat up. There's no way this is gonna work. Alright, I could heat gun it a little bit, but I don't want to melt the cable is the problem. Yeah, I don't see that doing anything. Okay, well, let that go. Yeah, unfortunate. I could probably get some into the wire, but I don't know. It's just not going to heat it up enough, or at least not fast enough. Well, now maybe when the new solder iron comes, maybe I will be able to heat it up hot enough, fast enough to put some solder on there, but that's not doing it. Not that it really needs it. It's a pretty strong connection with that all that crimping. So, I think I might as well put it on. A little bit of spiffing up here. Oh, it looks kind of clean anyways. I don't know, maybe I should leave it off, because if I'm going to try to solder again, I don't want that to sink in the heat. Alright, well, in that case, go throw this up here. Ah, nice, that grabbed on tight. Cool. Good. Alright. And then I'll just throw the spring in here for now. Alright. Waiting on heat shrink and I guess better solder if that even matters, I don't know. And just to clean this up a little bit, also maybe I can go ahead and just clean up this surface. Nasty surface here where the old paper seal was. I think I might be getting a non-paper seal. I don't really know. But that's in the mail. Like a rubber seal of some sort. be as much clean as I thought, actually. Doesn't suck. I would paint some of this with that rust stuff, but I don't think it would hold up to the fuel. I mean, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. I don't think it would, but for a long time, at the very least, so. What I could do is I could put some of that chelation rust stuff on here. And I'll eat up some of that. Or even just dip it in it. I think the chelation stuff's safe on rubber and plastics. Oh, I might just do that then. Alright, so the old cap can come off for that. So here's step on it. Tuck this aside. Containers and that might actually be pretty good. Get up to this, so maybe not. It does need to be kind of large here. Use the gel stuff, but it's not chelation based, it's the other type. More aggressive. Or I could keep scouring it, I guess. I don't want to, but could. I plan on using this stuff to clean up, or these containers to clean up the control arms eventually, so I guess it doesn't matter if I get some chelation here. Just keep it sideways so here, like this one. Such a lot in there. Really big. Almost. Not really. Okay, well, I could put some on top, but the problem is I think it's just going to evaporate too quickly. This is what I'm talking about. So I mean, I can give it a try though. Let's see. I think this stuff's safe for the concrete as well, so no major concern there. lot more than and just fit it on here. And I was thinking about just having soaked towels sitting on it like that. Yeah, it's not eating the cement. That's good. Alright. Who needs gel when you have paper towels? Shop towels. Yeah, it's already evaporating off it. Not just absorbing, you know. Maybe that'll help eat at it a little bit. At that rust. Without damaging other things. So, worth a try. Where'd the cap go? Where'd I put the cap? Well, note to self. Need cap. Water on top, so the water is something that also evaporates and keeps it from evaporating, maybe? I don't know. Just throwing stuff out there at this point. This was useful. Try not to lose it. There. There we go. The electrical stuff. There it is. Alright. So, if I had this video, I am super thankful. Praise God, that spring stayed on there long enough to fall into the bag for me to find later. Or else it wouldn't have been on there. And it probably wouldn't have worked very well. Yeah, cool. Praise God. Alright. I don't see any other way that would have happened. Divine intervention. So, let's try to... Let me try to do a toolbox next, or test out the radio a bit. I think I'm going to test out the toolbox. Undecided. 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 Let's see. What would be the better option right now? I might need that later. I think I'll do radio next. Alright. So for actually, before I do the radio, let me see if I can find a block washer or something for this, because it keeps just flopping out here. Do I have block washers? This small? At all? Just lying around somewhere? I don't have regular washers. I don't know block washers. Probably not. Never mind. Well, if I happen to run across lock washers, then I can probably put something in here. Because every time I move this up and down, it loosens. And side to side, it loosens. You know, it's very annoying. Something over there was oily. Alright. Radio. Radio. I don't want to touch it with my hands. Radio. So, woo, woo, woo. I keep about to say something and then change my mind or forget what I was gonna even do. Distracted. Stay. So, deciding what order I want to do things right now. Do I have contacts cleaner still? I think I do. Yes. I want to spray some of this in here, see if. Actually, it might be this one. Clean out these contacts a bit. See if that aids in my quest here. Stuff's cold and evaporates fast. And I wanted to spray it on the contacts on this side as well. Okay. That's a little funny. Bouncy. Alright. So what I've done, or at least the last thing I've done, I don't know how much I've told y'all, is I finally replaced that transistor with what should be the correct one. It's possible it's the wrong one still. And it's also possible the old one was working fine. I don't know. So hopefully replacing that transistor makes this radio work. Or at least the part of it that wasn't working. There is also the need to reflow the board. I think that part's still bad on it. But one thing at a time. No, what? That's not easy. All right. There we go. T-top. T-top. So first I'm going to test it without any of that extra stuff plugged in. Let's see if it just works. Which would be optimal. Nothing here, I'm going to short out. I did have to run a wire here because I destroyed a contact trace a bit. What should they do with the bad soldering iron tip? That one stay there. Might actually have to screw it in. Alright. No problem. I brought. Maybe a problem if I can't get to it. Grab a screw and single screw. So I got 2 screws. There we go. Move this up here so I don't destroy that. It's already kind of messed up, but it's not fully dry yet. I believe what was in the middle, yep. The bottom, black on the top, the other one. And the extra, well, not really extra, but the amps, 12 volts here. I think it's for the amp. And that down, and then I need the cassette player plugged in, or else it doesn't work. For whatever reason. This cassette player grounds to the casing. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Alright. Antenna looks a little blocked, so unblock the antenna. I don't want to destroy it, obviously. There we go. Antenna. Speaking of antenna, I should probably plug in the antenna so it actually does stuff other than go up and down. Alright. Okay. We'll see. That's all clear of things that are short. Power's hot. Key. Wait, key's in there. Okay. Remove the key. And the other bag is in the box. Alright. Power on. Power on. Antenna up. And this is FM. Okay, so it's doing the same thing I was doing earlier. I think I just need to mess with the board a bit and it should pop back together. Because something's not right down there.
Taking chances is here every day. And we help here.
There, that works. Alright, so as far as I can tell, that's working. What I wanted to test, now the transistor is in, is this, because I think the transistor runs this. Let me go ahead and just unpower that. I'll plug both of these in. I have space to do so. Yeah, I think if I reflow this board, I might actually also have to make sure that it's grounding right. That might also be the issue. Then I think it won't have that in and out issue. Alright, so giving back power. Oh, it flashed on for a second there. Might see it better without the light shining right at it. So it's stuck again, so we can put it forward to functional.
By Jeffrey Simmons, who is often seen as the voice of reason among the group.
That's good station, I guess. I don't know. Country. Turn this off and then back on. Nope, still no screen. It worked for a moment. Just a moment, though.
Starting at 10 a.m. Visit NovaParkDurham.com. Nova Adventure Park Durham, where unforgettable family fun takes place.
So either it worked for a second and then it stopped working, or something. So let's put a cassette in and switch it back over to cassette.
At Morgan & Morgan,
And it's not working. I was kind of thinking it would start working. There's a possibility the screen's broken and this one would work. But I don't know. I'm scared of putting this one in because if the problem is on the board still, then it could destroy both. So when I plugged in the old transistor to the tester thing and then plugged those numbers into AI, it was like, oh, that's a Darling transistor. Or most likely a Darling transistor. I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's a dialable transistor essentially. So, I was like, are you sure? It's like, oh, most definitely. Yeah, it's not doing anything there either. Man, I don't know. I don't know why that's not working. It could be the thing that smoked when I accidentally grounded things. But I can't find anything that's burnt out entirely on this thing, so I don't know. Now it's unstable again. Yeah, so I think if I fix that, if I reflow the solder, and make sure that board's grounded right. I have no idea what this song is. Then that should at least solve a radio issue. Unfortunately, the rear speakers still sound bad. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. I don't remember if it was like that before or not. At least the front speakers sound fine. So maybe some better sounding music, first of all. If I can. Ah, good enough. So that's sub. I remember needing a little bit more tread too. Alright, there we go. So if I wibble these, is there any change? Any change? Sticking up fingers in here, not a great idea. No change. Is this going to change it at all? There is that dial that I messed with earlier, so let's see if that dial does anything. Or whatever it's called, I forget. Potentiometer. The only potentiometer on this board, on the lower board. Well, I mean, screw type one. I mean, of course, there's the dials, but yeah. Uh-oh, battery running low. It might just be blown speakers. I can't detect any difference here, so this might just control voltage. I'll leave it the way I had it last, but I don't think it's making any difference here.
Kicks 102 FM. We're gonna stop the bus tomorrow. Kicks Kids will be at Walmart in Wake Forest with the Salvation Army of Wake County to stop the bus with school supplies. Here's Ken Lenz with the Salvation Army of Wake County.
Thing is, I'm not sure if it was doing that before I messed with it.
Support that you've given a child when they show up at school with a brand new backpack on their back, and
I could run it fully off the front speakers and it sound fine. It's just the rear speakers that don't sound good. I wish I could just switch the plugs out, the front and the back, but they're different. So I could probably depin it and then manually do that, but I think it's both sides of that too. Maybe? Try to stop. There's the inner dial there, I can't. Where's the blacksmith? There it goes. Oh, I think I just gave that. Did I turn it down back then? There we go. Now both rears. I think the rears run off. I'm pretty sure both rears run on separate wires. So it's on the same connector, but they're separate wires, and they're both making that weird noise. So I think it has something to do with the radio. So now if I do the set, ooh. Well, actually, it might just be the music, but I can't detect it as much. Did it more when I had low end, so yeah. Oh no, I meant not the way. I wanted to skip forward. I think it still does it, but not as... No, I think it's doing it still. Yeah, okay, it still does it. Just might not be the same frequency that's causing it to do it. Well, that's a bummer. But I think that means there's still something wrong on the board regardless. I mean, obviously there's something still wrong on the board. I can't get that screen to work. Yeah, I guess the next thing to do would be to reflow and see what happens with that, and keep looking for something that's burnt, because obviously there's something still burnt out or not working right. And I guess I could put in that old transistor vacuum just to solidify that, I don't know, one thing or another. But I mean, I can't complain too much. As long as I can fix that issue where the board flexes and the radio goes out. I have a working radio, working set player, both FM and AM, the buttons work, and the front two speakers work. I mean, that's better than it was before. Before we couldn't do anything with it, so other than hear static, pretty much. So that's progress, improvement. How loud is it? Probably pretty loud. Yeah, too loud actually. That's really sensitive. I imagine, let me power this off, how much more space does that have? A lot. Imagine I could put in higher resistance, better, newer speakers, and it would sound even better, and you'd still have plenty of room for volume. I'm not sure how much, what size they'd be. I could just throw in a couple kickers and call it good, you know? And it just pops right off. Let's see, done 4 screws there. So it's an oval, not sure what size that is. Do I have my tape measure? Oh right, camera battery. Let me do that now before it just dies. Better not to run them completely dry. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Did I lose anything? Nope, all good. Cool. Where was I? I forgot what I was about to do. Got distracted by needing the camera battery. Oh yeah, measuring tape. Okay, so I don't think I have a measuring tape here, but I have stuff that I can use to measure, supposedly. It's not latching for some reason. Which isn't the end of the world because the, oh, that's why. I have this random lock posture on it. Oop. Wonder where that came from. Hopefully it doesn't need to go back anywhere important. But speaking of random lock washer, we'll work on this. I don't know if it'll actually help. It fits, or if it just will cause more issues the way this works, but maybe that will keep it from loosening. It might have helped. I don't know. Well, figure it out long term, I guess. Really wonder where that came from. Yeah, it was stuck to the magnet on the on the camera attachment. No wonder it was closing. All right, measuring device of sorts. Water. Chips make you thirsty if you didn't know that. Okay. I believe these are gonna be in inches. So let's see here. It is 1, so just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 inches across, or wide ways, and 4 inches, so 4 by 6. This would go on the list of things to eventually get, not things to get right now. So let me make note of that. Four by 6 front. I think that's too small for a 1x3 or whatever it's called setup, where it has 3 speakers. But it might be big enough for the 2. I don't know. It would be nice to split the channels a little bit. Fascinating that just kind of pops off. Hey, I'll take it. Makes my job easier. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so... with the radio. Like it worked momentarily and then went out. So maybe the transistor momentarily turned on enough for it to work and then went out. That doesn't make sense. Now that's been off for a minute. Power. Turn it on. Yes, display just not working at all. As much as I would love to learn the small electronics and diagnose it even more, I'm running out of willpower to do so, because not really willpower, I'm running out of mental capacity to do so. It's a lot of learning, and something not very obvious to me, so I think a professional that knows what they're doing would do a better job. And then look at my mess on it and be like, oh wow, someone was in here before. It's like, yeah, that was me. I messed it up even further, I know. Not really sure, it's probably not a smart idea. Alright, well. I think that's all the radio tests I'm gonna do. Unless... I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna leave it with power. And just let it sit for a minute. And see if anything changes, you know? Maybe it'll just randomly start working. Or falling short out and cause a zap or something, I don't know. In the meantime, I should probably do this over here so it's less messy. But there's not as much light over there, unfortunately. So I think I'll do it in this thing because this thing's already dirty. So this toolbox that I have acquired is rusty, but works great. Well, I mean, like the exterior is rusty. So this bottom portion here, and this edge here, and then like a little bit back here and there. But really just want to work with this, the bottom. I don't want the bottom to rust out entirely. So I want to scrape as much of that off as I have patience to scrape off. Then some paint on it. Oh yeah. Maybe Scotch-Brite it a little bit too. Some paint's peeling up anyways. Well, I don't think the biggest downside to this is I don't think these drawers stay closed. There's like no locking mechanism. So that is a downside to it. But hey, might be good otherwise. Let's see. Let's start out with the plastic, see what happens here. It's a free toolbox, so I can't really complain about this. Might be one of the reasons it's free. Paint peeling up all over the place here. Here, so we can get this paint off. It's here as well. Thing is, I don't want to use up my metal blade or it's so too fast. You know, I don't have many of those left, if any. So if I can get this started with the plastic one, then great. That was worse than I thought, actually. But still not horrific, so there's that. Peeling up all sorts over here. Maybe this does need a more thorough scratch down than I was expecting. It just goes under the paint and then the paint just keeps going. I mean, I'm not looking for perfection here, but I want it to last a little bit. You know? What's going on the back side of this as well? Guessing it was in water for a while or something. Or maybe a really wet area. Humid. Let me switch over to the metal one. See what this can do. Honestly, I was just gonna clean off the rust and then throw some of that rust converter on, but it might be better just to put in some rust dissolver, like the bottom section of it, and then that'll eat it and also prep it for paint. Might be up a little bit of this chip paint as well. Just keeps chipping off. One more. I think that's what I'll do. Do a better job at getting all the areas where I might be underneath this paint. Right? I mean, if the paint wasn't coming off everywhere, this probably wouldn't be a big problem, but it just keeps chipping up. Alright, well, I think it will fit one of those containers that I got. I might have enough for it, because I can't really... Oh, maybe I can. I probably could remove the drawers and... Oh yeah, there's more rust in the bottom and the inside. Alright, that's probably what I'm gonna do then. Okay. Ah! Smack myself in the face with the drawer. Wipe some of that off. And then leave water so it rests more. No. Alright. They come with magnets, so I wonder if the magnets will help the drawers stay closed better. I mean, they stay closed as long as they're upright, but they don't exactly... I have a little bump, that's about it. So, remove them. Should just be a little latch. Just like desk drawers. There we go. Good shape, actually. I can add more grease to that if I so desire. And I don't think I can remove these. No. Oh yeah, that back end is all sorts of crusty as well. Okay. Can I remove these? Let's see. The base rail is riveted on. I don't think I can pull these forward off. I think I would have to pull them backwards. No. Oh well, that's fine. I can clean and re-grease those regardless. Seems to like fur in here. Nasty. The top, bottom of this seems fine. The inside of it, top part is fine. Just a little bit of rust here and there on the stiff. Okay. So, let's see. Ooh. Okay. Grab a bin. Newly acquired used bin. The lid smells horrible, but look at that, it just fits right in there. Alright, and then dunk all this back in there. A little smaller profile than the lids do a better job? No, probably not. Hopefully the stuff is still good. I imagine it is, because there's no giant bits of sediment in there. So, I don't know. Whoop! Come back. Meow. Okay. Now, make sure that gets all up in there. And on that as well. There we go. So what I'll probably do, I'm thinking about it, is I'll leave it on upright, and then I'll put it on its back later. And yeah, that should do stuff. And I think I'll put a lid on because it stinks. So even though the lids smell too, so don't smell the lids. Not sure if an animal defecated on them or something, but they stink and they need super clean. But I can't really do that right now because the hose is off for whatever reason. Probably because of drought or something, even with all the rain we've been having. Oh no, it's still a drought, even though it's been raining for a month and a half almost non-stop. Still a drought. Still a drought. Okay. You're overreaching a little bit, whatever. Alright, better. So that's gonna have to sit for a while. I don't want to leave it in there too long or else I'll end up like those pliers. And Allen tool set. So the other plan is if I take these apart, use the bins the same way. Might need to get another gallon of that stuff, but clean those up. And now the display still no worky, huh? Well, I think if I reflow the solder on that board, or on that board, maybe on that board too, I'm not sure, that will probably fix the issue there, and then maybe also randomly fix other issues. So I don't know, it's worth a try. That works, I don't need to bring it up with me. This one's been removed enough that I can actually do it by hand now. Finger, barely. There we go. This thing's been nothing but trouble. I've learned some stuff. I learned a lot of stuff actually, but apparently not enough, or I'm not applying it right enough to fix it. I really wish I knew what burnt. I really wish I knew. nothing in here seems burnt, as far as I can tell. I mean, maybe that diode, but doesn't really look that bad at all. I'm worried about the logic being burnt, but I don't think I can just replace that. I don't know. Just doesn't make sense to me. Alright, a little bit of tidy up here. Yeah, probably should. There. There. Right over. Okay. Put the Tia top back on so it doesn't get damblage or damblage anything else. Shouldn't need stuff for anything. Put this away. Bring that upstairs, I guess. Should bring some more grocery bags down here for trash bags. Do I not have one ready to go? Well. I have this one, which is covered in, I think that's fluid, the other type. Oh yeah, that definitely smells like it. Okay, not using this button. Nope. Differential fluid, I think. Or transmission, I'm not really sure. One's a noose. One back here. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Bring this back upstairs. This can stay down here. I disconnected the battery, right? Yeah, okay, good. Should I plug in the battery? You know what? Might as well. Started testing the radio a couple times or a few times. Probably should go ahead and just plug it in. Oh, the antenna's up. Okay, I'm gonna put the antenna back down so it's less likely to get damaged. Apparently all I need to do is put power to it. There we go. Okay. I think the reds are reconnected. No, it's not it. Okay. Why? Why? Everything's attached to everything. For no reason. There we go. Control lights. Come on, light. There we go. Got a light. Okay. Is this done? Enough yet, or is it still? I have to leave it on there a little bit longer, I think. Yep. Not very enough water out here, I feel like. I have enough water here. Should bring this back up too. There's some in it still. Not much, but some. Alright. Stuff I want to bring back up. Obviously this. I don't want to damage it. I was going to move the stickers over, but I think it's fine without that one. There's one on there. I don't want to change it up anyways. I'm going to find a creepy stuff. So that, this, and I'm just going to separate it. That. I don't like leaving this out here. I don't trust the battery with the heat. And tool bag, because I usually keep stuff I want to bring upstairs in here. Let's see what's actually in here. Anything that can stay down here. I don't think it off me upstairs really. No. Okay. Bag has been through a lot and been many places, so good bag. Just feel like I'm just gonna damage these more if I do that. Alright. That later, maybe. And not sure if that's a splinter. No, or not. But we'll find out later. I think that was all I had planned for this stream. Yeah, it was just really random stuff. No real level of super importance or not. So let me think for a minute here before I end stream, but I think that might be it. I didn't hit record on the camera. Oh, I meant to record with the camera. Well, I guess I can download it off Twitch again, but man, I lose quality doing that. All of the wirelessness and the streaming stuff, and I can just record it right off the camera, get a high quality recording. I don't want to leave this side rather. I could just go with that. No. Oh, that's right. I was gonna prep this thing. This doesn't seem like it needs much prepping. Maybe just clean up the threads a bit. And probably just use anti-seize when I reassemble it. Oh. But the actual cross member here that holds the fuel tank in, I wanted to clean up a bit and put a little bit of rust stuff on where the rusty parts are. So let me go ahead and do that, because I want this to be ready. I don't want it to be just another thing to do when I'm ready to put things together, you know? So what happened to the this, I guess. Where's everything? Everything's missing. It's not gonna. Two cores. This might be better. I don't know. Looking for the sponges. Just want to knock off the dirt for now, and then a little bit of that rust, scuff it up a bit, and throw some paint on it. Yeah. So you're wondering how it's going to get all the way up there, why I wasn't doing it. Now you know. It's playing to flip it. Also, it'll be easier this way, hopefully. Actually, top of it, maybe not so much. Why does it have to come down my elbow? Really? Really? I have a cover on the car. I'll just have flimsy stuff like this. That should be like the bulk of the dirt. And scuff up the rest areas at the very least. Don't plan to do the entire thing, but maybe I will spray the dirt anyways, I don't know. Can you not hit stuff? Thank you. What was that? Blob of skunk, apparently. Huh. Okay. sure what those ribs are for. Yeah, I think I'll just throw paint on the entire thing, really. Waiting on the neighbor. I don't think he's not here. Maybe. Let's go back. That's a giant thing. Oh, close. That covers some of it. There's another ghost bag. Cover enough of it. Just thinking about just hanging it here. good enough. Even if he hasn't left yet. A strong draw. ended up kind of just prepping it for paint anyways. Yeah. Let me wipe this down a little bit more. And then I guess I'll put actually, you know what? I think I'll use that rust stuff on the spots that have a little bit of rust on it, and then just use the regular paint on top of that. It'll be easier than trying to wait for it to get rid of the last bits of rust. Some this big, those little rust dissolver stuff I have left. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Okay. Then running. Now, space. Alright, I'll probably cover that too. parent. I think I do. A little bit there. Okay. That might be enough. All right. I guess I'm just sit down. I'll win the pressure. Two. That alright, come out the way I wanted it to. No. Yeah. Still do that, but it's white. Alright, now touch up these rust spots. A little bit here, yep, there. Yeah, that's pretty much all over, but I think I can do like get away with one, maybe two light coats. Let's see what are the instructions on these. Are they really the same as the other ones or what? Dress appearance, 2 light coats, a few minutes apart. I'll have to go after 24 hours. So it seems to be the same as the other one. So then I guess I'll just leave this hanging. So I'll put this on, leave it hanging, and tomorrow toss a little bit of this stuff on. Call it good. Oops. Come back. Come back. Ugh. Ugh. How dare it try to run away onto me? There's a nice little spot there that might need a little bit of this stuff on. Maybe a bad idea. A little dent there, looks like. Where'd that lid go? There it is. Got it. Took a couple sprays there. Alright, so falling. Okay. Ugh. Wow, okay. That was not planned. Well, it came up a lot thicker than I was planning. Let that sit a bit, and then just probably one more light coat. Leave this off so I don't get overspray going everywhere. I'll do this side a little bit more. Cover that because I went a little bit more everywhere than I planned. Definitely a wide nozzle on this. That should be good. Wow, strong smell. Alright, that should be good. I'm gonna rotate the toolbox. I think that should be good enough, at least get it started. Okay. Delete the back side of it. There. Much better. All right. Let's see, anything else I should be doing? Other than waiting on the toolbox and not leaving it too long like that. So this needs to sit overnight. And then I can add paint to the top layer. I'll lock all that in, hopefully. That's probably fine just leaving there for now. Alright. There we go. I need these filled up again. Alright. I don't want to leave this on over now, although it's probably fine if I do. And I just don't want it to have like something I have to clean off. I'm trying to avoid cleaning it, obviously. But and this chelation stuff is just not super aggressive. It might just be mostly water now, but it's spilled on so much. That's the connection there, eh? And it does have some solder there, so that's good. It's just kind of meh. Let's erode it a little bit there. Probably fine, but maybe kind of that. Probably do better if more solder was on the wire. Maybe worth trying to add a blob of solder to everything. Maybe solder this a little bit better. Add a little bit there if possible. Add some of this. Yeah. Alright, well, think that means I just wait a little bit and then, or go upstairs and come back a little later and take that off, put it back in the bag or something, keep it clean, and well, probably want to drive a mess. Maybe put it in a different bag. But and then maybe rotate the toolbox one more time and leave it upright overnight and then take it out in the morning. I think might be the best decision there. Part of me wants to just replace this plug, but I don't know. Might be fine. Yep. I wonders if, since this was all eroded, would it travel up the wire that much? Or would that break in it actually help it not do that? I don't know. These have a little bit of rust spots in there, but I think they're fine. A little bit of rust with the paint there, but this part will be inside of it, so it's not like a major issue for it to have a little bit of rust there, I think. I don't know if it's going to be soaked outside or left outside at all. It's a free toolbox. Can't complain. Can't complain too much about it. Or shouldn't complain too much about it. Alright, well, turn off the air here. Oh, I forgot to even use the air. There. Oh well. Other way. There we go. I think the battery's really low for some reason. Or maybe it just does this charge cycle every time it charges an AGM. I don't know. Anywho. Alright, take this off. I think. Let's get it charged. Leave it up here, down here. Get this away. Alright, well, thank you all so much for joining, for stopping by, lurking, saying hi, or even just watching the VOD. Appreciate it. Appreciating follows, likes, subscriptions, and all that fun stuff. I think that's it for tonight. I might have more stuff coming tomorrow, maybe. But I know things should be here Monday. At least by Monday. Probably won't be doing much between then and then, but we'll see. Otherwise, I might just do another miscellaneous stream, like cleaning up stuff like that and a bit of paint on it. Or stuff like that, you know, small prep stuff. Prepping the exhaust, maybe even. But yeah. Thank you for joining. And I hope to see you again in the next one, real soon. Look at that effort to sit down there. Goodbye.